Hey everyone, my name is Nick, your new friendly neighborhood review guy, welcoming you to Nickelodeon. As you can probably tell, this is a new channel because there's nothing fancy going on in the background yet. For now, we're gonna keep things very simple. We're gonna talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly about a movie or a show and let you decide the rest. So, without any further ado, let's get loading with our first review. And my first ever movie review is... Oh no. Oh no, not that one. No. This one. Mortal Kombat is directed by Simon McQuaid, and he's a first-time director. And I'm a first-time reviewer, reviewing a first-time director.
First time.
So this movie is probably gonna have a divided audience. One that knows about the game, knows about the lore, and played the game for a long time, knows everything about it. Another who doesn't know what the fuck Mortal Kombat is, or maybe just has a little bit of idea what Mortal Kombat is because they played a few fights, liked the fights, but never really was too much interested in the whole lore or the storytelling or anything like that. For me, I'm a long-time Mortal Kombat player, and I mostly like a game if I like the story as well. I know this game is about fights and fatalities, but I love the story that has been built up over the last 3 MK games: Mortal Kombat 9, Mortal Kombat X, Mortal Kombat 11. Great story so far. I wasn't expecting this movie to be exactly like the game, and I can't really say that I'm glad that it's not. Don't get me wrong, they really tried to respect the game and do right by it. Some things were good and some things not so much. I just feel like they were all like, we're gonna put so much fight and so much blood in it that nobody's gonna give a damn about the story. And that's right. A lot of people I don't think will give a damn about the story. They will be very happy with the visuals, with the CGI, or the practical effects, or the fights and everything. I just have to say that some characters are done like really well, but some not so much. First thing I want to talk about is Cole Young, because that's the main guy, not Liu Kang, not Kung Lao. Nope, Cole Young, brand new character to the MK universe, which I think they made so that the people that don't play the games can see through Cole's eyes, like what's happening and what's going on, where this is going. But in my opinion, this character was boring as fuck and didn't really have much to give at the end of the day. I mean, there's already like hundreds of characters in the game. They literally could have chosen anyone else and still do it right. And Liu Kang and Kung Lao, man, I wanted so much from them. Yeah, they weren't that much in the movie. I mean, I thought they would be the main focus along with Cole Young. I knew that Cole Young was the main guy, but I thought they would be as much as in focus with Cole Young, but they really weren't. They were kind of benched for like half of the movie. It just felt like they were sidelined for a long time. Yeah, sure, they do a lot of cool video game moment things to make them look cool, but you don't need that for people that are already cool. But they do have their tricks. They do have the moves from the video games that we like. Saying all that, Josh Lawson as Kano was really good. I mean, he was the comic relief for this movie, and I really think that without him, the movie would have been much more boring. He brings a lot of jokes that actually land and that are actually funny, but he's also that scumbag that you know. It's a good casting on that part. And speaking of perfect casting, my God, Joe Taslim is perfect as Sub-Zero. He was fucking ruthless. He was fucking awesome. Every time he was on screen, it was a treat. And Hiroyuki Sanada as Scorpion, perfect. He's a legend. I love this guy. I love his presence in the film. He's great as Scorpion. I knew he would be great as Scorpion because the first time I heard that this guy was going to be Scorpion, I was on board with this movie. From then on, I was like, okay, now I'm gonna watch this movie because he's great. But I gotta say, he's really not that much in the movie as the trailers would have you believe. Both Hiroyuki Sanada and Joe Taslim, in my opinion, were great casting as Sub-Zero and as Scorpion, and every time they were on screen, it was great. It was the best moment of the film. And I gotta talk about the writing of the movie. As I said, Simon McQuaid, a first-time director, and I think the screenwriter is also a first-time screenwriter. The writing definitely has a lot of weak points. They did try to bring out everything they could from the MK universe. They changed it, and I'm always up for it. I'm always up to watching something new because I've seen what happens in the game. I don't need to see the exact same thing. But if it comes out worse than what is already established, it's not worth it to go with that storyline. And I'm not saying this movie has a bad storyline or anything. It's okay. It's not great. And I know many people are not gonna be in this movie to watch the story like, oh, Mortal Kombat, I just need fights and fatalities and blood and gore. I get that. I like that too. And that is in the movie. You're gonna get it. It's gonna be great. But still, the lore is already great. How everyone comes together, what happens, who's who, how everybody gets their powers, everything's changed in this movie. And it doesn't always work. I think this series, and I say series because I think this is definitely okay enough to get itself a sequel, and it will, I think. So it can be a great time if they just dive deep into the story next time, into the lore, and they will bring out good characters and more characters for the next upcoming movie. Fix some writing issues that you have. Whatever mistakes you made on the first one, you can fix it on the second one. Because this is not the tournament. This is kind of a prequel to Mortal Kombat. Actual Mortal Kombat tournament that's gonna happen. That's not in this movie. This movie is not about the tournament. This movie is about the preparation for the tournament. This movie is like more of a gathering of all the heroes, getting them prepped up for what's coming. This movie was definitely entertaining enough. I had a good time. I didn't have much to complain about this movie. I did have something to complain, but not much. And that's a great start. I think they started good. They didn't start perfect or strong, but they started good because they do have amazing visuals, great scenes, and awesome fights. Fucking great fights. There is blood, there is gore, there is fatalities, and they're great. Every time that made me smile. I was like, yeah, I'm here for that. I would say for both non-Mortal Kombat fans and Mortal Kombat fans, people who can handle the violence, because there are some people who cannot handle the violence and all the blood and gore, but people who can and people who likes action movies with blood and violence, they will really enjoy this movie. They won't have anything to complain about, especially if you don't know about the lore or anything about the backstory of any Mortal Kombat games. You're probably gonna have a very good time. For gamers who know everything, I think they will appreciate it too because they really did try, and I think looking forward it can only get better. I mean, it's not gonna be like Mortal Kombat Annihilation or anything, and it's not, and it can be.
Brother, you're alive. Too bad you will die.
Because that was shit. You don't have much to, cross that. It's okay, it's great. So I'm gonna give this movie a 6.5 on 10. Not a flawless victory, but it's a victory nonetheless. So good job, Simon McQuaid. You did okay. Hey, thank you everyone so much for watching. If you liked the video, please subscribe and hit the like button on your way out because that would really help me out. And I hope I have your support to keep making these videos because I think I will enjoy making them. Thank you so much again, everyone. I'll see you on the next episode of Dragon Ball. No. God